personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares.
These are almost all of the books of the New Testament are accounted for here, and not just the ones that are controversial. Almost all of them, the majority, are in here. And I just like to read some verses and go into them a little to kind of show that this moderate Christian stance is completely inconsistent. Right. This is from Matthew. Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off, and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire. And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hellfire. Not really your eye that's offending you, it's your brain. I mean, if you see something that makes you think a dirty thought, that's not the fault of the eye. That's a primitive way of thinking, and of course it was a primitive time. And no one would fault Jesus for thinking this way at that time if people weren't still praising him as some kind of enlightened genius Messiah. Okay? This is from Mark. This is a criticism levied at the Jews by Jesus. For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death. So basically he's criticizing Jews for not killing their disobedient children. Yeah. Good role model. And this is from Luke. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. I bring this one up because it shows that Jesus believed that the story of Noah's ark was literally true. So, if you believe that Jesus was real, which he probably was, and that he was the Son of God, which he definitely wasn't, then you also must believe that the story of Noah's ark is true because Jesus said it was, and he's infallible. So you cannot say that that story is symbolic, unless it's symbolic to Jesus too, but I see no indication here that it is. He doesn't say the symbolic tale of Noah's ark or the parable of Noah's ark. He speaks of it as if it is a historical fact, because he probably believes it was, because he was raised Jewish. He wasn't the Son of God. He believed what he was taught, just like any one of us. Well, not us, but most of the people in this country. This one is from John. Jesus basically cripples he doesn't cripple. Jesus doesn't cripple people. Well, maybe he does, I don't know. Jesus heals a cripple and tells him, Sin no more, lest a worse thing come unto thee. Okay, I think we all know that being crippled is not caused by sinning. So, yeah. This one is from Peter. And it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear the prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. So, if you're a Christian, it's your godly duty to kill me. Please don't. Romans, this one is from Romans. Without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, gays, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that which they commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Okay. The Bible's really poorly written, don't blame me. Yeah, so fags, die. And if you're gay and Christian, go kill yourself. Well, I guess that's a sin too. But go ask forgiveness and be straight from now on. Let's see. Corinthians. This is from 1 Corinthians. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. This is from Ephesians. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestined us unto the adoption of children by Jesus Christ to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Okay, so this basically says that, Christians are all chosen from birth. God chose us. We are chosen by him to believe or not believe, or to be saved or not saved. So it's all destined, and nothing we can do has any bearing on it. Which is really weird, because Christians are always rambling about free will. But if you actually read the New Testament, there's plenty of verses where it says that everything is destined. That everyone who's going to hell is going to hell no matter what, and everyone who's set to go to heaven is going to heaven no matter what. So, what's all this bullshit about free will? I don't get it. This is from Hebrews. He that despises Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Oh, how much sorer punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who hath trodden under foot the Son of God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace. Sorry, I'm not used to reading all this archaic bullshit language. Basically, I think you can see what that's saying. It's basically saying, hey, motherfucker, you thought that Old Testament guy was harsh on your ass? Well, you ain't even seen shit yet. Wait until you see what Jesus gonna do to you, motherfucker. God was black and a rapper. Anyway, so as you can see, the New Testament is no improvement over the Old. It's pretty much just as vile and horrible and violent. The only reason that it doesn't contain as many atrocities is simply because it's shorter, and because it concentrates on the life of one man instead of all these other characters that do all this other despicable shit. Love and forgiveness and peace and all that those are really good values to have, but they are unfortunately not the values of the book that you are, for some reason, extolling and exonerating from persecution by freethinkers like myself. So I'm just wondering why you continue to follow this book when it clearly does not even represent your beliefs. I'm glad that you've found happiness and comfort in your religion. I just wonder why you can't find happiness and comfort in these beliefs without the supernatural element. And I know that you moderate Christians think that you're not hurting anybody. You think that your beliefs are unobtrusive, and that it's okay to be a Christian as long as you don't try to convert anybody. But frankly, your stance is less consistent than that of the hardline Christians and the fundamentalists in this country. I would prefer that you all believe that, because it is at least consistent. If you're going to believe in the truth of this book, then believe in the truth of this book. But if you can't cherry pick it, okay? And of course everyone has to cherry pick from the Bible, because you can't possibly follow all these contradicting rules, but the thing is, you're cherry picking a lot worse than they are. You're the one that's discarding whatever you don't like just because you find it immoral or irrational, and saying, well, that has its time, but that time has passed. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You have to make up your mind. You have to be either a believer or a non-believer. Right now, most of you are half-believers. You believe whatever you want. You have this weird personal Jesus thing going.
Your own personal Jesus.
And it's weird. I'm sorry. It's just not working. And, so tomorrow, after you've watched this video, I want you to sleep on it, and tomorrow morning when you wake up, I want you to either go join the 700 Club and Pat Robertson and his crew, or I want you to throw your Bible in the trash and come follow me and mine. Peace.